Good morning, everyone. We're here. We're live. This is my ginger lemon hot water blend, and we have some nicely fresh iced coffee. I haven't streamed during the day for a little bit, and I've been going through some computer not problems. Like I'm going through a giant computer rebuild, and it's just been like it's just sucking up a lot of my free time. We'll be back to like scheduled programming soon, and by soon I mean like super soon, meaning everything is going to be scheduled. There'll be a announcement video on that. So before we get any further, say hello to Crypt and Pike, the two mascots of this table, and the spiritual advisor, one Stephen Hughes. What are we doing today? Trash cast. These are now. I just got this hat. These are pretty much like the brim liners of hats. So I tore it out, and I thought I was trying to think of like fictional characters, like obvious but not too obvious, that would maybe fit in this like lifestyle slash aesthetic. And I thought the gorillas were like perfect for it, right? So we're gonna be drawing the gorillas for the first time too, by the way. Let me see. I'm trying to see focal wise how clear things are. Also, a little bit of a daytime test. I have multiple screens. We are testing on different fronts here. It doesn't matter. They're all. Let's just see here. All right, so we're looking a little zoomed in on mobile. Let me see here, and let's expand it out. All right, we're looking pretty good. You guys can see these. You guys can see this detail right here. Getting excited. All right, I'll be right back. Give me a couple minutes, couple seconds, guys, because we got two pieces. We got two pieces that we're honing in on today. So I developed a walking around because I have like so many different rooms I do work in. I have a walking around caddy, pen holder, right? Pen holder caddy. And it's got my electronic stuff here, but it's got just Sharpies and these precision V5s. This is what I do all my note taking with. But yeah, we needed that because I'm low on these little thin. I only got like 5 left of these thin Sharpies, and then I think we'll need some regular size Sharpie, right? We're not going to use the microns, so let's just get one. Here we go. We're good to go here with double drinks. I'm going to bring up some reference just to have it. Here we go. I never got into. Here we go. I never got into like the artwork Lots of really good artwork, right? It's Jamie Hernandez, correct? All right, here we go. Bingo bango. Let's move the iced coffee off. Yeah, welcome to Drawing on Trash. I think you guys know the inspiration for this, right? Oh, scratch pad right here. Critical. And then, to tease what we have coming. Right here on a box of Fruity Pebbles, we have the Spider-Man anime series Beyonder. And I was debating on putting either like Spider-Man or Madam Web in the background, or line up the horizon here with Iron Man or the Thing, a couple of the other heroes that Spider-Man selects. Lots of white on this one, and then the previous drawing on trash was Cyberfrog here. So yeah, we're rocking and rolling. We're just doing a lot of things. Now, if we get through this today, I'll be a little bit happy. I mean, it's during the business day, so I can get called away at any effing time. So sometimes during the day, we try and do quick streams. Now, some of this very helpful with my drawing on comic book backing boards project, which I will resume that very soon, maybe tonight. Now, I think, doesn't this guy have like a little bit of a messed up mouth? I don't know. These characters just look sinister, though. Yeah, and I was able to pencil this. I have one of those friends that just, he loves to call me out of the blue, and I catch him every once in a while. Like we're always playing like phone tag, but he calls me at the absolute most random times. And he knows he's also in the business world, but he knows, because sometimes you get calls during the middle of the day. You're just kind of like, what are you doing? Now, it's different when you get calls like that from friends that are absolutely oblivious. Now, we're going to do some little bit of a run here, a little bit more advanced shading techniques, and I'll say like blackening techniques of just using blacks once we get a little bit further into our illustration here. See, and what? Here we go. So it's isn't it funny just like how deep you kind of fall into uh just that like deep focus haze, right? It's like you draw and you kind of just like your mind just bleeds away. Yeah, because here I kind of was thinking like a black background. I don't know if I have like the right. Is there 4 or 5 of them? I thought there was 4. Some of these have 5. Why is that? It's all right. We'll draw 4. Hopefully, the illustration gods will forgive me. Right, and then this guy has like black eyes. Right, the Fletcher cartoon black eyes. And you know what, too? Maybe this his eyes are a little bit too. Not crazy about that, right? We'll see. And then we'll have the big guy back here. With a boombox. go. The gorillas. And we'll do like a cityscape. I'll do like a starry night background a little bit. I don't know. I would like to do some atmosphere for this. Some atmosphere, some scenery. Which will. All right, let's break out the bigger, thicker Sharpie, the traditional Sharpie, right? The properly sized Sharpie. Wow, and this is like super smooth. It's almost like wet. Just trying to see where there's like other opportunities to maybe render stuff. Do like a little bit of a building back here. It's a nice detailed phone pole. Again, too, you have to develop the way to draw things in atmosphere just so it looks. Yeah, like you can track it. You can kind of know what the objects are. And that takes time. Yeah, it takes a lot of time to kind of figure out your technique for that. So you're gonna get like a nice looking building back there. Tank! What's up, Tank? Tank, how's everything going? How's the board game? I saw you were working on what, stickers? Where's all that stuff at? Where can I buy it? Yeah, like and share. Thanks, buddy. There we go. We might hit this with some splatter to do like a little bit of a starry sky. Yes, yeah. Oh. Oh, that sucks, dude. Yeah, I was hoping to see more. I mean, it like honestly, I'm not much of a board game like player. But it's like the artwork and the elements of design that go into it. That's what I was looking forward to. I got crack down and do a little bit better with just supporting you guys and I guess like I don't know, is there like a micro movement in I want to say between like Don and like Omer stuff? I just got to be a little bit better with just trying to support you guys, and I include you in that too, Tank, because you're always present. You're always there. I heard you were sick though. Hopefully, you're feeling better, dude. And Neon is your book, correct? I'm doing so much. I think I'm doing so much better with just tracking things from all you people too. which was always a weak spot for me. The fun thing about drawing on trash is that you try and like hit every corner. I think that's part of the challenge too. Here we go. I think there's enough graphical elements on this that I was craving. So let's hit this with some splatter. So we get like a little bit of a starry sky. I think it needs to be flat for that, but who cares? Let me know, Tank. If you can you just DM me? Because I don't track the the group chats just because it's just to me self promotion nonsense when it comes to some of the group chats. But if you DM me, I will whatever you have, I'll purchase, or if you need like a video or whatever. Sorry, I'm looking for what am I looking for? Right here. I'm looking for that. Oh, all week. Cool. There we go. I think that's a little tough to see, right? I think you guys can see some of that. Yeah, and then see you do it kind of over the line work, and then the cool thing with like Sharpies is that you can kind of just go, just go over if the splatter hits something that you don't want. So it's a little bit of a back and forth editing wise. Here we go. Right? Yeah, it's just like it's just I just wish there were like some like barriers to some of the group chat stuff to where there should be like a general group chat to promote, right? Like if I and then there should be like a general group chat for like live streams, and then there should be like almost like a general conversation group. Like this is where we need something like Microsoft Teams or Slack to just organize the intention of every single group. Otherwise, people just they dump info, and it's just not like you can't filter it. You cannot filter the info. Because like it's like I don't think people should be putting like a tweet, like a retweet in a promotion chat. Like stuff like that. All right, so I need this to dry only because I did do I messed up and I got to do corrections. Let me see. Maybe we can. Yeah. All right, that's already dry. Let's fix this. I added black to this dude's hair. I don't know their names. Do the gorilla characters have names? They have to have names, right? Because they got merchandise. See, and this is what I was talking about. The corrections. All right. I want to say we need just a little bit of splatter on the hair to bring it back. Perfect. Wow. There you go. The gorillas. Oh, you're doing animations. Wow. Tank, dude. Is that to like promote the comic? That just seems like right. Like, is that too much? Can we just use AI to promote like AI animation to promote the project? Looking good. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, maybe. Like I don't know. Like I just. Yeah, correct. Promo show bullpen. Correct. Yes. And I also would say I feel like those chats should also be locked down. Like it shouldn't be general access. Um yeah, like somewhat admin approval type stuff. Admin regulated also. Cuz even dude, Tank, even for work, uh like I'll boot people that kind of they will like chime in about something and it's like that doesn't go here. Yeah, like just delete it and put it here. There needs to be some regulation. Nice. Okay, cool. Like the demo. Nice. Well, Tank, DM me because I know we have because the last time we DM'd, I think we were talking about pain tone swatches. Because I was actually trying to at that time trying to track down a U set for one of my interns. So I thought maybe you would have it, but DM me, or I'll just DM you just so we're in a little bit better contact because I want to support your stuff. I think you do really good stuff. But yeah, here we go. And then see this goes over here off. This gets scanned, and then once it goes to the scanner, it gets thrown out. And then boom, we have this. Moving on to the bigger piece, which is Spider-Man, the animated series Beyonder, because I always liked his design for this. I always thought he had like a good design. Yeah, it's I still forget I'm on like a different surface because there's seams here. In the Beyonder too, he's got these like wild, like he's got like this beard and like kind of like Wolverine hair. I gotta look up the reference. You can only get so far from memories sometimes. But this one, I got like as soon as I got the idea for it, I just got excited because I'm like, yeah, like no one's really like drawn that guy, and I just implore like anyone look up the design. Spider-Man animated series Beyonder. Oh, nice. Oh, Apex Predator. You know, was that like a right? If Apex Predator is that based on like an independent movie? If so, I think what's the guy's name? Jim Horton. He's we've DM'd each other because I think I did a podcast review on Apex or Apex Predator is just a different project. Yeah, Tex is always best, isn't it? Yeah, I think a little bit of a pushback on that tank. I feel like for comic book work, you don't need um you're okay with rough character designs. I think if you're doing animation, video games, previs, if you're doing let me just say like just more serious work, and you're sharing things amongst the team, sure. Um, yeah, but if you're doing work for you and a quick study of a design, that's fine. You don't have to go crazy. Yeah, I think I do feel like people waste time with with rotations and stuff like that. Most art tank. I will even say most artists I don't feel like have the skill set to even do a proper rotation. So it's like you can't even draw a proper rotation. So like, what the hell are you doing, right? Like maybe draw the character so that you memorize it a little bit better, so that your like mind muscle connection little bit more there. But I think it's a waste. I've seen so many people waste time. It's like just draw the page, focus on the storytelling. Yeah, I think layouts. I think people should be doing more layouts than character anything, because I think most people don't know how to do layouts when it comes to independent comics. And by that I mean like our immediate sphere tank. Not much of a refining process when it comes to story. Oh, what's up, Home? What's up, buddy? Omer in the house. Great to see you, buddy. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't think people like Tank. I'll keep pushing back on this because because of like here's the thing. You buy this book, right? And you start and you start doing this. And it's like within like an issue anyway, right? Like you kind of see Omega's Red whole even though this was like a very I think super quick issue by Jim Lee. Like within like a couple pages, you get your rotation, right? Like Omega Red, not really on the cover, but we get back Omega Red here. We got front Omega Red here. So it's like, okay, like that's what Omega Red looks like. And the next artist might might draw Maverick's armor a little bit different because it's not really like a design, like when you do like it's really weird, like some characters have a design and some don't. So like that's the difference number one. Like these guys, right? Like these guys, you might just have to see the back of them. So you do a quick sketch. You say this is what the back looks like. And then like that's a part of the character file. Yeah, and maybe like down the road, pay a team to rotate them, as Marvel did later, right? Like look how long it took Marvel to do character. I mean, it was these right here. Right? Like right here. But this was almost like Marvel internal, right? Like this is the stuff that they would hand out to people that they just ended up publishing. But like, how long did these characters not have this? That they just had like a quick sketch. It was like we know what the process was. I think when we actually look at comic book production, I don't see a lot of character rotation. Like, does St. Keith have to rotate the Max? No, like right. Like St. Keith didn't even draw the Max on model sometimes. Yeah, and I think when it comes to like special features, I don't know. I mean, I was there when Spawn premiered. I never said I hope Spawn gets a character rotation. I bought Spawn, watched the cartoon, went to the movie opening weekend, bought the freaking toys, read the comic for 10 years, 1 through 100. I would say like maybe like 100 to 120 because I did it changed after that. Right? Like it became more gothic horror with Angela Medina. That's just my 2 cents. Yeah, but there were quick sketches though. Oh, there was. I mean, like the Rob Liefeld character sketches were amazingly quick. It's not like he was. They weren't even detailed, and he didn't follow them. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think some of the best guys are consistent in application, meaning like they have a production method, but everyone in a long enough time frame is off model. And with the image error, these guys got so slow the editors couldn't enforce any of the corrections. So like the bullpen kind of disappeared. I mean, you would get like this. You would Jim Lee's studio would get action figures, and people are still off model when they draw Pike, right? Like no consistency, but it looked cool, so it sold. So and again, the goal should always be to get the book done, get the book out, uh, character modeling it just slows you down. I mean, I think when it comes to independent books, I think a cool logo is better than character rotations. And how many books have a good logo? Like none of them. Like some do, but most of them don't. Most of them don't have graphic design, like good layout design, good inside covers, good back covers. Like that's the stuff that independent needs to focus on. We don't care. No one cares about the back of your character. Like like could you imagine, like someone like Todd McFarlane or EVS draws your cover, and he's off model, and you say, "Okay, please redraw it." No, you accept that it's off, and you accept that it's drawn by Bart Sears or EVS or Todd McFarlane. And I would say to further that, these guys know it, which is why even like when you look at Rob Liefeld and some of his like indie work, right? Like Liefeld doesn't stay on model because he knows that it doesn't matter. He gets the job done, gets it done by the time he says it's going to be done, sometimes, right? I never once stopped reading a book when something was off model. Not once. Yeah, you care. Yeah, see, I knew that was that. I'm happy you caught this, I was laying that one up for you. Thank you. Yeah, no, redraw that sheet. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think books need a. See, like this is why I like talking with Tank, because Tank and I really we split. This right here is BS. No one needs a Bible. Most indie creators struggle to do a 32-page, 22-page book. They don't need a Bible. They need pages and they need character. When it comes to comics, character over plot. You need a strong character. A Bible's not going to help you. A Bible's like kind of like as much BS as like people look at method acting now, right? Like the postmodern film theorists, which I like there's parts of it I agree with. That method actors are a problem. They're kind of full of BS. Method acting. So it's method acting, Bibles, and this. Ready? Here we go. Here's the next BS. World building. BS. When people say that they're like that, even this as an observation, when they're like, "Oh, it has world building," it's like, no, it doesn't. Nothing has. This is to sell coursework to people who think world building evolves into like good storytelling. People build the world after they organize, like like Dune. Like Dune had a Dune encyclopedia like after Lord of the Rings, like all of it. People organize the thoughts, but anyone in your path of creation, you will contradict yourself. Like there'll be philosophies and methodologies within the book. There'll be character moments that all are contradictory. So the world building you would believe world building would fix that, and there would be no contradictory, but there is, because people are human, and sometimes you just need to get the story done. You just need to get it out. So again, deadline and getting it done dictates everything. Yeah, and I think, could you imagine wasting time on making a Bible and character rotations, and then like your story and your artwork just fucking sucks? Yeah, I mean, you know what it is with this too, Tank. Any artist with like that knows how to do a contract or knows what should be in the contract, contractually, it should be dictated how many times you, like, how many revisions do you have and what's the revision phase. So like that's it. And if you as a publisher miss it, that's on you. Uh, like it's not, it doesn't always fall, like, like the guy drawing and illustrating, he's like a roofer. He's like a guy, like, concreting your sidewalk. Like, you gotta give them, if they don't have clear direction and there's a mistake, that's on you. And as a publisher, mistakes will happen, and the deadline is near. So, right, like there has to be a push and pull. I need to look up this guy's face real quick. Who's familiar with the Beyonder Spider-Man? Dude, this guy, I even like his, dude, like his face. Like, look at that, dude. That is cool. They really did. They did a good job with his, like, I guess, like the human out, right? Because like in the series, like he's kind of like Spider-Man can't, like, it's almost like he's not visual to like Peter Parker, right? And then in the series, he takes like a human form, so Peter Parker can kind of like talk to him. Like, really cool stuff. And I'm just trying to. Here we go. Here. Here we go. I almost like don't want to. I want to like have his hair, but I don't want, like, I don't care about his ears. Yeah, and then like I would say, like, if you look at the gestation period of, like, we can kind of say we're all 80s children, right? Like, look at the inconsistencies with the early Transformers, GI Joe art, Masters of the Universe 2, fantastic example, because it's so prevalent there. Like, so many inconsistencies, like things off model, and it all became legendary. I think we got a face. Is that a face? Yeah. Yeah. Working with artists sometimes can be a bag of cats. Yeah, it's like some of it too is like like I with the when EVS like retweeted some of my stuff, I had like I would say like three decent like people hit me up, wanting to know if if I was available, like this and that, and I said, look, I said I don't want to just do like a cover, like if you want to give me a story, but like you have to have things a certain way. I don't want to talk if you're just kind of like and like that's a lot of like where conversations go because I think people use the internet as like therapy, and it's like they just want to talk to you about their like thing, and I'm like I want to get paid for the thing, and the thing also has to be like good, so it needs to be like at a certain point, and it's like a couple of like conditions that I quickly send people, and they'll quickly just stop talking to you because like they don't have it. Yeah. Like the internet's not your therapy session. It's just not. It's not even your social club. The internet should be to get fucking paid. Like get money. And if you're but one of those three that kind of reached out, one of them is like a possibility. And like that's it. Yeah. You get one of the biggest comic book accounts retweeting your stuff, you get some response. You get some like decent interactions from it, and one of the biggest names can only pull in one, maybe sort of like good deal for you. Like, so indie comics just fucking sucks. I think everyone should be working on their own stuff, and if you're a writer working on your own stuff and you need a team, you should have about 20,000 to make a 22-page comic. Like you should have 20,000 in the bank to pay people, and if you don't, and you need people to work on scale or this and that, or like you better be Alan fucking Moore. Like don't ask people to work on your shit unless you're fucking Alan Moore, and if you're not, then get a fucking other hobby. And that will make indie comics better. How about that? I do like his face. I like the face. So here with these, I found that the microns, and I've been using, see, you mark them with blue, so you know which ones are dying. So you use the dying microns to draw on trash. And what are we doing? Why? I got nothing happening right now. Like workday wise. Like what the fuck? Is my phone off? Yeah. Yeah, like kinda, But I think you should put your money where your mouth is. Yeah. I think you should. I think you should be like proud of your, if you do have like a talent level. I think you should you should boast. There's nothing wrong with tooting your own horn. But I will also say, like a part of like the indie comic scene is uh almost like a lack of knowledge. like people trying to publish books and they don't know what a good logo looks like. They don't know what good art direction is. They don't know what good art is. They are like barely struggling to get a story that's cohesive, and you read their tweets and they're just fucking written by a 3-year-old. Not saying you have your tweets should be William Shakespeare, but like clearly a person that struggles with the English language is trying to make a fucking comic. And it's just like, what is this? Like, why can't we call out this person? Tell them to fuck off. And then, the people who put in the work for like promotion and stuff too, like they're not rewarded. Like Ohm here should be able to launch Glitch and get a level of signups, period, as like a thank you for promotion and donations on top of the sales. Right, but the indie market is so freaking poor from a creator standpoint. You fight against your own for not just attention, but just for like a sale. And there's no one's generous. There's not enough generous people in the indie space. No generosity. Well, we got something cooking here, and I wasn't expecting that. To be honest, I wasn't expecting. I just like this design so much. And in this too, like if you guys like go back and watch this series, there's somewhat like Madam Web is somewhat of a servant to the Beyonder. There's like a power structure, and she's not quite above him. Yeah, but they're kind of like of a similar like power, which is it's really kind of cool. Like the anime series did a great job in elevating Madam Web. But Spider-Man the animated series, huge Bible contradictions, things that just make no fucking sense, with or without a Bible. Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but you to speak on this real quick, like you went to therapy to kind of have um but like you kind of want a reward from it. Otherwise, like you can you can go to the local bar. Yeah. Bars are great therapy. There's alcohol and chicks. Like when I was single, I would say like a little bit of a purge too. Like so many of my city friends moved, because like they get jobs and all kinds of stuff. And there, I would say like there really was a stretch that I was just alone. And it didn't mean like I didn't have friends that would come and visit me and do stuff, but they're 100% a run of me just like being alone. I would go do things in Philly by myself, and I met people that way and girls that way. And yeah, and this is all during the age of online dating. But online dating and you could finding local people and things like groups and stuff. It's there. I would say like even around that time too. There I was probably a little bit more connected with the Philadelphia comic book scene. Um, but a lot of those people moved away. You know, Philly is at times though. It feels like it's a middle city for a lot of people, and people just kind of and Philly being its size, people rarely like scale up. Like you'll find that they move to like a smaller city. But I got Tank and I got as online friends, and I will say I am grateful for that because I think you guys are, yeah, you guys are just cool, fun people, knowledgeable, all that stuff, right? But it's frustrating. I mean, I would love to freaking go see Rex and go see Ohm and hang out with Shadow. But then it's just like, what are we doing? I got map out a weekend, take off of work, right? Just to go see someone I don't know could be a cool person in the real world. Like, what are we doing? There we go. Some of this is working, aka powders. Can we just? I would still like to do a meetup, all of us, at a bar. I'm talking like Rex, Shadow, Tank, Ohm, Matt. I'm trying to think like who else is in like almost like the meet, like maybe like Elliot Rodriguez because he's like he puts in the work, but he kind of right. Like that's kind of right. I think that energy right there, yeah, uh, is like something. But there's not enough talent to like get products done and get products out. So what? We're just going to meet up and talk about things that we're not doing. Fuck it. Trial by fire stream should kick back up, guys. I'm going to do everything I can to get this crowdfunder of mine like really like back on track, but in a fun, definite, clear way. Tank and Ohm will probably be, you guys will be everyone I just mentioned. I'll commission for TBF artwork also. But guys, yeah, maybe, yeah, like that's a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, Uzi, dude. I was asking you. Real quick. When I was asking you last week or maybe 2 weeks ago. So part of it was when I was asking about Adobe and this and that, right? I did forget that you have to pirated software. But I was which is a little bit of a production problem for me because I just need the security of like everyone's working with the same version of like Photoshop and this and that. But I was asking for two reasons. One of them would be to get that Hump Day book done, which is I guess like from my perspective, it's it's there. I just have to do like the trade dress. Um, but the other thing would be like I need like kind of like a production guy. I need someone to pre-press because Uzi is like I think I'm like issue 4 or 5. I got a stack of Uzi Susie like this that I'm just like sitting on, and I don't do live streams about it anymore or anything because it's just like just out of reach when it comes to packaging it and getting it together. Yeah, Uzi Susie's there, and I would say maybe like 2 other of my like one shot or like experimental comics. They're like probably maybe like each one's could be like a week away production wise. But yeah, so like those are my struggles right there. So I know I say a lot of stuff, but some of this is coming from me struggling. Like, you know, like listen to me and avoid my pitfalls. You know, like someone told me one time, yeah, like if you give advice to someone, like give people advice from your own mistakes in the hopes that they avoid making the same mistake. Like that's it. Yeah. That's all I feel like I'm trying to do sometimes. But all right, guys. Yeah. Yeah, Uzi Susie. I wouldn't say Uzi Susie's on the back burner because of like I'm constantly working on Uzi Susie. Isn't that crazy? Like even Trial by Fire. Like I've been working on like the second like the end of that story for like so fucking long now. Yeah, and originally too, TBF was supposed to have been like a commentary on the multiverse, and Marvel did all the multiverse stuff, which is kind of fine because they put it into like the culture, right? But you know, like TBF kind of became this answer to like why the multiverse like just would never work. You know, so it's a little bit of a story like with that element. And I went back and forth with killing everyone in TBF, like the entire team outside of one character. Yeah, but I think we're there, like overall. Like if I turned around and look at my like almost like to do artwork stack, like all of my little things are done. It's really like and I'm kind of like one and doneing things where I'm able like again like complete, we're done, we're moving on. So there's like that element, and that's what I needed, and I started that maybe in like November of last year. It took me like 6 months. But this is the maybe like the cover for like the Hump Day Ash King. And that's kind of what I'm calling it now. I'm just calling it like the Peter artwork I did during the Hump Day show, Ash King, which includes nothing but indie characters, including Glitch. There's a couple. I got Glitch surprises playing for this. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have a lot of things to even get to outside of story pages. I keep a drawer here of just things like I got the Lex Luthor here. You know, to finish off from President's Day, not a big deal. Like, there's really hardly like anything. This one I butchered. I was so fucking pissed at this. I don't know why. Like, the head was too big. I ended up hating this as I was touching it. So we kind of like redid it. And I spent time on that layout. There's nothing more frustrating than spending time on the layout and the pose. Like, this is like sexy Hunchback of Notre Dame with big booby lady for Hump Day show cover. I felt like these were the things that Owen would be into. And then I guess like the idea for this Owen would be like I send you like a stack of them, and you do everything you want to do with it. Like like send you like 100 ash cans, and you sell them and make money. You know, and there's ads. There's ads in here for like your stuff and like my stuff and everyone that I think is like a part of like Hump Day. Mostly the original core. All right, guys, I gotta go. No pirating. Yeah, open. Yeah, it's the pirating. The pirating is so. For example, like within Adobe Cloud, I can have the entire project, and Omer can go into it, download it, do whatever you want, even work on it live. And like, but you need like the current software on your end and current licenses on your end to kind of work in that environment. That's why the pirated stuff just and it's easier for corrections and to monitor things. It's just way more productive. And the last thing I would need to do is right, like someone gets the files and they're working with pirated software, and like things can go wonky at that point. I don't want to say like the files can be permanently corrupted, but that number one, that's a possibility and fear. And number two is we will spend more time trying to work with old versions versus up to date. So there. Okay. That's why we don't like the pirate. That's why we don't like it. Yeah, pirated software is a liability. Yeah, like nowadays it is. At one time, dude, Tank. I'm not joking. I used to work for an animation studio here in Philly that was all pirated software, and that was before like all software went online. And I thought we did like nice, good work there. That was like a nice contract to have. But yeah, I mean, yeah, nowadays it's got to be 100%, and it gets expensive because the Adobe license could lead to another license, so on, depending on like all the things you want to do. But I think for like, still, I feel like for $60 a month to get everything legit and be able to work with anyone anywhere, $60 a month, I think is very reasonable. Nah, yeah, is it though? I don't know, dude. Like, I think there's a handshake. I mean, I pay money to corporations when I buy comics, right? I'm paying money to Disney. I not this one, but you guys get the point, right? I mean, here, here's a mug from the Lobster House in Maryland. Yeah, they're a corporation. Great place too, by the way. We like Todd McFarlane. He's a corporation, right? Like it's, I don't know. That I think that's the world we live in. Well, all right, guys. Let me get going. It is the work day, dude, and I gotta see why my phone is inactive. I'm a little paranoid. Yeah, I don't really buy new comics. I know. I'm trying to. Oh, I'm with you on that, and I'm trying to change that because I got like I have a little bit of FOMO on comics right now. Like, what am I missing? Like, are they really that bad? Are modern comics really that BAD? I mean, you know, I did a video about that last year, and that video's been bothering me. It's just like what? Yeah, I feel like I'm missing something. And it doesn't mean like the observations are not correct or true or honest. I'm just trying to size this up here. Like, how much of the Notre Dame Cathedral do we want visible here? Because I was thinking of like here, maybe like a gargoyle here, and like, yeah, like a moon. But I wanted lightning for sure. Yeah, and then like here, right? Like Hump Day. I want it in like an Art Nouveau style. Oh, yeah. If you guys aren't, are you familiar with Edward Monk or Munich? Munich. Where is he? I have a book on him somewhere. Where is it? Right here. Like and 90s Joe Quesada did a lot of this guy. But I kind of wanted see like I wanted the like some of the like this element for the Hump Day cover. Joe Quesada just really just like looked at this guy and just said, I will copy you. Right, like kind of like just like elements like that, like here, like the positive, negative space. So that's a little bit what I want, but I want like the 90s like grittiness and the line work. But I'm trying, but I also want like the cathedral to be visible. So I got a lot to figure out. All right, guys, I gotta go. Yeah, copied so much. Well, we'll leave that.